Welcome to a deep dive where we take your sources and really extract the key insights. Today we're getting into a really interesting concept from India, the Lok Adalat.
Yeah, it's often called the People's Court, which is a great name for it. Our goal today is basically to unpack how this alternative dispute mechanism works.
ADR, right.
ADR, yeah. Its philosophy, how it runs, and why it's actually such a vital part of India's whole legal system. Think of it as a kind of shortcut to getting justice quickly and accessibly.
A people's court. I like that. So how does it really differ from, a standard courtroom? That often feels like a win-lose battle.
Yeah.
What's the core idea behind Lok Adalat?
Well, that's exactly it. Unlike your typical adversarial court case, Lok Adalats are completely focused on, let's say, amicable compromise, getting to a mutual agreement.
Okay.
And they can handle cases already in the system or even disputes before they formally hit the courts, pre-litigation stuff.
Right.
What's really fascinating, I think, is where it comes from philosophically. It connects back to India's old village panchayat system.
Oh, the traditional councils.
Exactly, where community leaders would sort things out through conciliation. And the Lok Adalat embraces that. They even have a social worker on the bench.
Really? Alongside legal people?
Yeah, alongside a judicial officer and a lawyer. It really shows the aim isn't just ticking legal boxes. It's about, restoring social harmony and maybe even fixing relationships.
That social worker element, that's quite a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests a much broader view of what justice means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for you, the person with the legal issue, what are the actual tangible upsides?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds almost, too easy.
No, the benefits for the litigant are genuinely huge. We're talking speedy resolution, often super quick.
How quick?
I mean, many cases get sorted in hours or maybe a single sitting, and it's very cost effective. There are no court fees.
No fees at all?
None. And get this, if you've already paid a fee in a regular court for that case, you actually get a refund when it moves to Lok Adalat.
Wow, okay. That's incredibly efficient. A real potential game changer given how long things can drag on in court.
Mm-hmm.
But once they reach an agreement, how final is that decision? Is it like a proper court order? Can you appeal?
Good question. And this is where its legal status comes in. The Legal Services Authorities Act of 1987 gave it real teeth.
Okay.
So an award, as they call the decision from a Lok Adalat, is legally considered the same as a civil court decree. It's binding. It's enforceable.
Right.
And about appeals, here's the really interesting bit. These awards are non-appealable.
Non-appealable. Wait. For someone used to the idea you can always appeal, that sounds a bit, final. How's that fair? Isn't that denying justice in a way?
Well, it sounds like it could be, but it's actually seen as a direct result of how it works, the consensual nature.
Because both sides agreed.
Exactly. By mutually agreeing to settle it there, in the Lok Adalat, both parties are essentially agreeing to waive their right to appeal later. It guarantees that quick final resolution. It stops things dragging on through more legal battles. It's a very deliberate trade-off. Speed and finality over potentially years more of litigation lets people move on.
Okay, so agreement and closure are the priorities. Now, I understand the system isn't just one single thing. It's evolved. There are different types.
That's right. It's not static. So beyond the regular Lok Adalats, which happen periodically, there are also permanent Lok Adalats.
Permanent ones.
Yeah, and these are specifically set up for disputes involving public utility services, things like transport, electricity, water, telecom issues.
High volume stuff where you really need quick answers.
Precisely, stuff that affects lots of people daily.
So what's the main difference with these permanent Lok Adalats, especially if the parties just can't agree? Does it just stop there?
Well, this is where the permanent Lok Adalat, or PLA, shows a key evolution. Unlike the regular ones, which really depend entirely on that mutual agreement, fair PLAs have an extra power. If the parties try but fail to reach a settlement, the permanent Lok Adalat can actually go ahead and decide the case based on its merits.
Oh, okay. So they can make a binding decision even without full agreement.
Yes, within their specific jurisdiction for those utility services. It makes them, more robust for ensuring there is a resolution in those essential sectors rather than just hitting a wall.
That makes sense. A significant difference. Can you give us a really practical, sort of everyday example of how a Lok Adalat helps someone out?
Oh, absolutely. A really common one is traffic challans. Minor traffic tickets or fines.
Yeah, everyone hates dealing with those.
Right. Lok Adalat's handle tons of these really efficiently. Often you can just register online, go to a session, and get it sorted quickly. Sometimes they even agree on a reduced fine you can pay right there.
Okay, so it turns a bureaucratic pain into something manageable.
Pretty much. Quick, less hassle.
So pulling all this together then, what's the big picture impact? What should you, our listener, really take away from this about Lok Adalats in India?
Well, I think fundamentally they do two major things. They significantly ease the massive caseload burden on India's main courts, and crucially, they make justice far more accessible, especially for poorer or marginalized communities. They even have mobile Lok Adalats that travel to remote
The
areas.
mobile courts, that's amazing.
Yeah. But look, it's important to see the other side too. It's not perfect. Its biggest strength, relying on mutual consent, is also its limitation. If one side just won't compromise, it doesn't work.
Right, you need both parties willing.
And sometimes maybe the push for a quick compromise might mean the outcome isn't exactly what a purely legal interpretation might give. Plus, they can't handle serious criminal cases, obviously. It's about knowing the trade-offs where it really shines.
So this deep dive definitely shows the Lok Adalat isn't just some side experiment. It's a really strategic, clever part of India's legal system, isn't it? Blending old traditions with a very modern need for speed and affordability and justice.
It really is, yeah. A powerful example of adapting a legal system to actually serve the people better right at its core.
So it leaves us with a thought, perhaps. How could embracing more of that give-and-take spirit, instead of just pure win or lose, maybe change how we handle disputes or even stop them escalating right here in your own community?